From a former chronic planner and needed to know what the next step was, that I had security, that I had provision, not just for today, but for weeks, for months, for years. And going from doing that, going from having done that for a couple of decades of need to plan, not just like 1 year planning, but 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 25 year. What is the next step? Where do I need to go? What is the path I need to take? To going from that to daily provision has not been easy. Only it has, now that I'm getting more closer to understanding this process of what the Most High says, hey, my daily provision is enough for you, compared to needing to know what today is, knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, was need to know what's going to happen in a week, a month, a year, to know that, hey, regardless of what happens, I have everything planned out. And that's how I used to be. And it burned me out. It caused me not to trust anyone. It caused me to not rely on others. It caused me to be hyper independent. And I know that comes from a place of hurt, because I know I'm not the only one that has ran into this. It's that whole saying of being the strong, independent black woman, that you don't need help, that you don't need to rest, that you can do it all. And that didn't come out of, oh, a personality trait, because that's how it ends up coming out. That, oh, you're the boss girl, the botch. I'm not going to say the B word for it, but boss B and everything. And thinking, oh, that's just normal, when it's not. It's not a character trait. It's not something that we should be proud of. It's not something that should be celebrated. If anything, I took my independent black woman and buried her in the backyard. And she's never coming back. I enjoy being soft. I enjoy being able to rest and reflect and to enjoy myself, and not to have to always be on, to always be dependable, to always have everything planned, that I don't need help, that I don't need to go to someone for help, that somehow I have everything planned out to a T. And yeah, no. After having my chronic illness diagnosis and then having to navigate through that season of my life, that, hey, you cannot be hyper independent, you can't be strong all the time. You doing that is killing you, literally. And there has actually been several black women that have died from this, of just overworking. And unfortunately, I'm even witnessing that currently with my own mom right now, and that's a story for a different day. And I give all the glory and all the praise to the Most High for giving me that chronic illness that made me slow down, that made me stop and reevaluate and re-look at my life and think, why does it have to be this way? Why do I have to carry this weight that I didn't even want to carry in the first place? Because a lot of time when you get that strong, that hyper independence, it's not like I said, it's not a character trait. It is born out of necessity. It is born out of not having a secure environment. It's born from not having your needs met, even from a young age. It's coming from that, even when you came and asked for help, you were looked down on, you were told to figure it out, or you just didn't even get an answer. So it just got to the point where you just stopped asking. You got to the point where, okay, if I want something done, or if I want something for myself, or if I need care for myself, I got to do it myself. There's no one. There's no one that's going to come and help me. And that's something that took time for me to be able to grow out of. Because that is not normal. That is not, it's a character flaw. It's not a character trait. And as I said, yes, I know it was needed at that time for survival. And that's the thing. I'm entering a season that it's no longer about survival. This is the season for thriving. This is a season for being soft. This is a season for slowing down and not hustling and grinding, of needing to have everything planned out from year 1, 5, 10, and everything else. After I left my career in February of 2025, I have come to the understanding that the Most High has been making a way for me and my family each and every month. And throughout that, and this is just a very recent revelation that I got leading up to my 40th birthday, was, and I recommend this for everyone, keep a journal. It's not just, oh, a nice meditation or to get everything out of your head. It is for that as well, but it's also a way for you to look back and recall information that you may have forgotten and actually see how far you have come. Because a lot of times we have a tendency of forgetting. We have short memories of where we were, where we have gotten to, and how far we have come on this journey called life, thinking we weren't making any progress where we were. And I kept on each month feeling like, okay, how am I going to make it? How am I going to make it? This bill needs to get paid. Oh, okay, we need to have food. We need to have that. And get to the last week of the month. And here's the thing. Like I said, I'm a recovering chronic planner. I need safety and security, and I need to know the next plan. And each month, this was driving me up a wall of, okay, yeah, I'm just taking it day by day. And finally, it clicked at the end of June, beginning of July. And I could just see the Most High just smiling, just, you should just smiling, thinking, oh, you finally caught on? It's like, yes, your daily provision is enough. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. He provides for his children each day. And it made me have to go back through those journal entries and see that each month, he hasn't let me down. Each month, the math wasn't mathing. And as I said, as somebody who was a chronic planner, the math wasn't mathing. I was thinking there shouldn't be any way of making it through this month. How did we get through this month? And how did this bill get paid? And then money just coming out of nowhere, or money going out of nowhere. And then it's like, wait, what is going on here? And I finally came to the realization he has been providing this whole time. So during the month of July, I started, stop worrying about tomorrow. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough worries for its own. Focus on today. Do you have enough for today? And each day, the answer has been yes, I have enough for today. Yes, the bill that was due today got paid. Yes, needed to go shopping today. Had the money for that. Hey, was able to go to the gym and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Was able to spend time with my dogs. And after doing that for the past several weeks and finally coming to the realization that it literally is a daily provision and that the Most High provides for his children, my worry started going away. Every time I wake up in the morning, I give the Most High praise. I rejoice for the day that he has, because it's the day he's made. And as I'm going about my day thinking, wait, doesn't this need to be done? Oh, wait, is everything provided for today? Yes. Okay, don't need to worry about anything else. And for someone who's a recovering chronic planner who needs to see what's up ahead on the road, who is used to be in control, who used to be the one that needed to be independent, that needed to be hyper vigilant, who couldn't depend on somebody, and telling the Most High, hey, you can take the wheel and I'll just be in the passenger seat. At first, I was scared. I'm going to admit that. I know a lot of people be like, yeah, you should just go and do it and just have faith in him and everything. I'm telling you, tell the truth. I was scared. It was the same way when I had to put in my 2 weeks notice to my last job and take this leap of faith that the Most High said this is the way to go and do that. If you want to hear that story, that's in my last video or in my last podcast that I did. And for the past year and a half, each month, making a way, doing it, as I'm working on my business, as I'm building my community, as I have now a published author. I also have edited 3 books, y'all. I have done a lot in a year and a half. I didn't even think so. It's all back end stuff. And that's another thing that I've been learning about the Most High compared to the world. So the world likes to do everything backwards. Is what I've been finding out for the past year and a half of just, hey, Most High, you take the wheel. I'm just going to be in the passenger seat. This is not my weight to carry anymore. I'm not independent. I'm dependent on you. I am submitting to you. I guess, where are we going? Because you're just driving this. And throughout that whole thing, throughout that drive, just having a conversation and finding out that the world bases everything first on material, on resources, saying, hey, if we're not seeing like the outside results of your journey, so the typical stuff of like, hey, you need to be driving like a fancy car, you need to have fancy clothes, are you going on these nice high profile vacations and everything else like that? And when you come back and tell people, no, I don't actually technically have that at the moment. I used to when I was in the world. And coming to find out why the Most High stripped that. Because his whole thing was, I want you to know that you can depend on me. You don't have to depend on the world. So get everything that has to deal with the world, get rid of it. Throw it out. And I ran across the passage. It's in Matthew. I'm trying to remember the exact chapter. And he was saying how the ones of evil are able to provide their children with gifts. So why wouldn't the Most High, who is righteous and good, why wouldn't he provide gifts for his own children? And when I read that, it kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I came to the realization of me being so hyper vigilant, hyper independent, of needing to be strong, of not depending on no one. I was running after the world, trying to get the materials, trying to get the next promotion, trying to get the next pay upgrade to be able to upgrade my life and everything. And I came to the realization, I was doing it the world's way. I was doing it where I thought the Most High would not provide these same things that the world was providing. And to come to the realization that all the stuff that the world was providing, I should change that, was providing, was nothing but sorrow, grief, your life energy being sucked out of you, and you just be on this hamster wheel that even if you ran faster, you're not getting anywhere. You're still on the same hamster wheel. So that's what hustling and grinding is. That's what being on the hamster wheel is that you can apply as much energy or as little energy as you want. You're going to still be on it. The only way to make it stop is you have to just get off. So I got off. And it was a hard adjustment. Because you're going from, hey, I can see years down the road. Well, you think you can see years down the road. That's another lie the world likes to tell you. You can see years down the road thinking, well, if I do this, I'll get this. Like A, B, C. It's all about planning. It's all about making sure you look at your SWOT analysis, that you look at the analytics, that you look at the data, that you look at the economy, that you look at this, you look at all of this to be able to project, hey, what's the best course of action for me to get from point A to point B to point C to point D? And thinking, okay, if I do this, it's going to work out. And going from that, which the world likes to change how to get to point A to point B a lot. We've been seeing that here in the past few years. Compared to the Most High, he doesn't change. He's like, I have plans to prosper you, to do good for you. He's like, not to harm you. It's like, at the moment, you're going to think I'm harming you because, of course, I have to strip everything that the world has told you is right or was success is not correct. So yeah, it's going to hurt because you're thinking that is the way when it wasn't. And coming to find out, after a year and a half of doing this, I now understand what Solomon was saying when he said all of it is vanity to be toiling away in the sun. Because if the Most High is not in it, what was the point? What was the purpose? It's all going to turn to dust anyways. And when I came to the realization, I didn't want to do it without him. And when I looked back at all those months that the math wasn't mathing, everything was paid, food was in the fridge, roof overhead, clothes on back, and also too, just randomly getting gifts. Cause here I ran a few months where I couldn't buy books for a bit because finances kind of got a little rough. And as you probably can see in my videos, I really love books, buying books, reading books, having books, and there got to a point where okay, I have to stop for a bit. I'm not going to be able to do that for a while because it was kind of getting a little bit tight. And here's the crazy thing. The Most High pretty much said, oh no, I know my child loves books. You're not going to go without books. You don't even have to pay for them. During those months that I did not buy myself books, people were just giving me books randomly. It's like I even had one person give me a signed Arthur copy of, and here's the thing, I like epic fantasy. Epic fantasy is, so right now I'm reading Brandon Sanderson's book, The Way of Kings. That was a book gifted to me. And yes, I'm now going to have to read the whole series. I'm about 3/4 through that book. The book is amazing. And I got that from somebody. They just gifted it to me. They're like, no, I want somebody else that's good, that I can like talk to here in like a year about the story because nobody wants to read this because it's so long. It's a really good book. So I do look forward to talking to that person about it when I see them again. It was a distant family member. So I also got like another book, found out it was a signed author copy. I just went to a bookstore, talked to the bookstore owner, and he really enjoyed my love of books that he just gave it to me. And I'm like, wait a second, what? And then there was a few other instances. Oh my God, I can't even name all of them. People were just giving me books. And I was thinking, what is going on? I'm like, I'm during a time where I right now can't buy books, but books are just coming anyways. And talking with the Most High, like, because I try to talk with him, try to talk to him every day, and doesn't matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. It could be when I'm driving, doing dishes or whatnot. And I remember talking to him like, where are all these books coming? And he's like, I know my daughter likes books. I know you love books. You have loved books since you were couldn't even walk yet, and you read books. And he's like, just because right now you can't buy them yourself doesn't mean I'm not going to give them to you. What? So yes, he was providing me with books during a time that I couldn't afford to buy books. And I give him praise for that. Like, wait, what? And I came to the realization that I now understood what daily provision is and what the lesson in that entails. He's saying, hey, I already know what's going to happen today. I already know what's going to happen tomorrow. I know what's going to happen next week, in a year, in 5 years. I know what happens to eternity. So why wouldn't you trust him with your future? I'm not saying don't do the work. I'm not saying you don't have to put forth effort. You still got to prepare. You still got to build and put forth your talents to bring them to bear for it. What he wants you to have is like a childlike faith in him. Because a lot of times we're trying to, no, excuse me, we're trying to do everything ourselves, carry weight that we're not even meant to carry. And a lot of that time, that weight was put on us by other people, not even ourselves. Because it ended up becoming like a necessity that we thought, oh, there's no one we can depend on. There's no one that I could count on. If I want this, I have to go get it myself. And coming to find out, you don't have to do that. And that is the crazy thing about how I'm living my life and building my business. Because a lot of people look at me weird because a lot of the business information that's out there doesn't work normally for me. And I'm trying to remember his name. I know his first name is Jay, so we're just going to go with that. I liked how he explained it, where he says that normal world business advice works for the world. It doesn't work for followers of the Most High, though. And the reason why, as I was explaining, is because the Most High is not he says be in the world, but not of the world. That means he says, hey, I'm going to be able to sustain you regardless of what the world says. Because he created all this. So if he created all this, why wouldn't he be able to provide for you? Why wouldn't he be able to give you gifts? Why wouldn't he be able to make it where, hey, your daily needs are taken care of? All you have to do is trust in me. Have faith in me. Just keep walking out on that each and every day. With assured confidence, he's going to show up. Who has ever called on him and been forsaken? His children will go out here begging for bread. So that's what I ended up doing. And as I said, each day, each month has been amazing. I have been taken aback at how much he has been sustaining me. And when it comes to my business, I now understand why he's working backwards with it. Because I know a lot of people, when they start business, like one of the biggest things is, oh, you got to do sales and everything. You got to make sure you get that cash flow. You got to get that revenue and everything. That's how the world does it. I have been doing it. Well, to the world, I've been doing it backwards. To the Most High, I've been doing it the correct way. Like, no, you have to have good character. I need you to know you're not doing it under your own power. You're doing it under mine. And once the time is right, the victory is going to be yours. There's not going to be any hustling, grinding. There's not going to be any need for chasing. Because here's the thing. Every sale I have made, I technically didn't even go after it. People just found me and heard my stuff and was like, I need to purchase this now. Whenever I go after someone and bring it up, it's like crickets. But then when I'm thinking, oh, this bill needs to be paid, but I don't have any money, somehow somebody will come and talk with me, hear the product, and be like, okay, sold. You want to know how much business advice doesn't really work? We're followers of the Most High. I need to find out what's his last name or his name so I could put it up here. But when I ran into his video and he was explaining that because it was happening to him too, I was like, okay, it's not just me. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. This is bringing me energy. It's bringing me life. It's bringing more than I've ever imagined. And I'm just lost for words at the moment. Because peace. Just being able to do something that you enjoy, that brings out your talents, that's work, but it doesn't feel like work. You look forward to doing it every day. Yeah, I think I'm going to, no, I know. I know I'm going to stick with this. Cause I have seen the alternative. I have lived the alternative. The alternative has almost killed me 3 times. 3 times. I'm only here because of him. Because of those 3 times. So, this is all about. I'm not going to be just talking about faith. I'm going to be walking out on faith. I'm going to be living it. I want to weave more scripture into my life and walk out on it. Because as I said in my first episode of me starting this podcast, I left my faith because of performative religion, of performative faith, of fictional faith, whichever name you want to give it, of people stating that they read the Bible, of people saying they walk out on that Bible, that they live this. And when you look at their lives and you didn't see that reflected, it made me walk away. And now that I'm here, I have read the entire Bible, and the Most High was my teacher. His Ruach HaKodesh was my teacher. I am not a Bible scholar. Just as Paul said when he said, I had no formal teacher. My formal teacher was Yahusha. It was the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, that has taught me his word. It really was him that taught me his word. And that doesn't mean I don't go to like other sources and other teachers just to make sure of, hey, getting different references and some scriptural help and everything. But he has shown me so much. And I don't want to do it anybody else's way. I want to keep having the daily provision. Because here's the thing. I now understand a little bit what the Most High was doing with the Israelites when he took them out of Egypt, and he was trying to tell them like, hey, your manna that appears in the morning is enough for you for the entire day. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of you each day. And every time you woke up in the morning, there was manna right there, now for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a little bit of a snack. And also, too, you find out in Jasher that actually the manna, when you ate it, it could be any kind of food flavor you wanted it to be. So if you wanted like a hot dog, hamburger, you wanted pancakes, you wanted like a milkshake or something like that, that's what it tastes like. So I was like, wait, so none of my clothes wore out. I just have to do chores. Food's already provided. And I just get to rest and just be with you. Compared to what Egypt, the world, was doing, making you hustle and grind, making you think that you can get ahead, but then when you think you got ahead, they move the goalpost on you. That you try to accumulate, you try to plan ahead 1, 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years in the future, and then it just gets dashed because the economy fell out. Man, being millennials, like, how many once in a lifetime disasters have we lived through? It's like, guess it's just now. I guess it's just a Tuesday. Well, it's Wednesday today, but you get what I mean. And yeah, just being able to rest in that and knowing that each day I am provided for. And when I just open my mouth up and ask him about just any question, eventually he gives me an answer. Sometimes not the answer I want to hear, but it's an answer. Yeah, there's no going back. So this is for taking my time. This is for thriving in the season. This is coming to the understanding that you don't have to accumulate, you don't have to worry about security, that you're safe with him. He knows the plan, he knows what's ahead. So just sit in the passenger seat, let him drive, and you just watch the view, just having a good discussion with him. Knowing, hey, as a child of his, I'm taken care of. What is there to worry about? Let me be the me he wants me to be, that he created me to be. So yes, everyone, if you want to continue on this journey with me, follow me. Like I said, I'm not going to be just talking this. I'm going to be living it out each day, daily provision, because his grace is sufficient enough for it. And if you want more of this and more of like an intimate space with me, you can join my community, Kingdom Forge. Link will just be below in the notes. And with that, everyone, stay blessed. Oof, I think I'm getting better at this. I think I am. I think. Yeah, I am. I'm getting better at this. I'm enjoying it. To be able to get my voice back. Ooh, I think that might be the next one.